Welcome to this Q&A session about COVID-19 pandemic impact on real estate market and mortgage financing. Hi, this is Roxana Kashandish, Operations Manager at Brian Khatambakhsh Real Estate Team. And here with me today are Greg Kalanjian, Director and Mortgage Broker at Team Choice with Mortgage Outlet, and Brian Khatambakhsh, Realtor and Team Lead with Remax Realty Specialist Brokerage.
Everyone.
Welcome to you, gentlemen. Thanks for being here today.
Yep.
Thanks for having us.
So we decided to record these Q&A sessions to answer some of the common questions we get from our clients and other people regarding the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on real estate and mortgage financing. Next question is for Greg, I think. Government has introduced or announced that Canadians are able to defer their mortgage payments for up to 6 months due to COVID-19. How does that actually work, and what are the requirements for qualifying for that?
Yeah, so luckily, pretty much all banks jumped on board and they're offering kind of something similar. So they're allowing to defer your payments on your mortgage payment. Initially, it was done for just primary residences. Now they're also doing for rental properties, which kind of makes sense because if your tenant stops paying, you cannot make that payment as well. It's really, there's a list of questions. You have to contact your bank directly. There are specific and personal questions they're asking you, how you personally been impacted, lost your job or self-employed or salaried, whatever the case is. And based on that, they determine what's the right fit for you. Is maybe 3 months is enough, or maybe you need it up to 6 months. One thing to be aware of, that it's a deferral. So it's not you don't have to pay us at all. So that amount gets basically getting added on the mortgage amount that you owe them, and you're still gonna pay it over the term. So come your renewal term, if you were initially expecting to have, let's say, $400,000 left on your mortgage, so don't be surprised if you realize it's not 400 anymore, it's like 406,000 because you skipped 6 months of payments and so. You are paying interest on those payments that you're deferring, just like a credit card if you don't pay your monthly bill. So that gets added on the balance and you still incur interest on top. There are some people are contesting that, and we'll see if the bank's gonna or the government's gonna step in and say, guys, don't charge interest on that additional amount. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is being added on the mortgage, so it's kind of, they still have to charge you, but luckily rates are very low. So the impact of that, it's gonna be minimal.
Yeah. Right. Did you have anything to add, Brian, to that?
Well, I recommended all my clients to take it. And if you want to pay, anytime you want to pay, they take your money anyways. So at least you have some buffer in case something happens in the future. And this is available now, who knows, 2 months from now, it may or may not be available. At the end of the day, if they accumulate all that money, they can go back and pay it back. So there's no loss in that. So I always recommend my clients to take it.
You don't lose anything basically with that.
There's nothing to lose.
Oh, except you have to pay for the interest for that amount for the 6 months that it's, so you pay extra then, right? A little bit.
You pay for the interest, exactly. You're paying interest on that payment amount, but as Brian said, I mean, it can also serve as a safety net. If you do have a job, that's great, but if this thing drags, you might not. So if you apply for it, and if you're planning to apply, I encourage you to apply right away, because it will take weeks until you have your answer because they're overwhelmed. So you can always, if you have that money, put it aside because you didn't need to touch it. At the end of the 6 months, go ahead and pay it lump sum and just reduce your mortgage and move on. You incur some interest, but you just bought yourself time or insurance kind of in case something happens. Exactly.
Right, okay.
To watch other sessions of my interview with Greg and Brian, please go to Brian Khatambakhsh YouTube channel. And thank you for watching.